Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my precious pack, and welcome back once more to Vega Conflict. The Awakening event begins later, and I'm not going to read through any of this because I just start ignoring the lore at some point or another. I'm more interested in the ships and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and let's skip the lore for this part and let's jump over to the prize store real quick. Okay, so don't know what that is about. But let's see here. We got the new operator. You can pick it up in individual fragments. That's actually pretty nice. No weapons as per usual. They're only farmable from the targets along with the shield. No, screen. We got Terra Cannon credits, Spectral credits. Alright, so it's primarily energy weapons. Yeah, energy just about everything. Okay, let's do a quick prize recommendation for the lower level players advancing up the tiers or people just looking to cut time. Primary prize you're going to want to pick up is going to be the gold and silver event prize boxes because of the credit items that are dropped within them. You can use the credit items to replace the newer items to get a lower refit time and in turn prepare ships more quickly. I prefer to only use the specials in this case and use pre-made credit items such as plasma weapons in this case because again they're credit items, they account for the full time so you can get a free refit most of the time. Secondary stuff. The only resources I could say you would want to pick up for sure would be the spectronics, pyrochemistry, and gravimetrics because you can farm the xenoplasma and blight elements. Energy resistors. Basically, any of the resistors now, I've been using all of them with the exception of the disruptor resistors because the 9% mass for the resistances that they give isn't very useful for the Umbral because they're not always going to be fighting targets that actually disrupt their weapons, so yeah, that's not the best choice for them. Spectral resonant armor I can recommend. Node Armor 1 and 2, Spectral Screen 1, 3, then 2, Phase Charge Relay 1 and 2, Glance Cannon 1, 3, and 2, for both low-level, high-level, and mid-level fittings, Terra Cannon level 1 and 2, because it's the Trojan's go-to weapon, what it was spawned with. Spectral Mir level 1, 3, and 2, even though you're only ever going to need level 1. Spectral Zealots level 1, 3, and 2. Level 3 preferred first because you're going to be using them a lot. Finally, the credit items for the pre-built ship, which is going to be a Trojan cruiser itself. Nice. Give me a moment while I yawn. Okay. Next up would be the Operator, the Valraven, the Trojan Cruiser Blueprint, finally the Plexus Carrier, and crafting materials for them. 10 boxes for the Plexus Carrier if you want to build a single Mark II. Same with the next step, except for it's 5, so you know, 5 boxes for a Mark II on average. Basically the average is 5 boxes for every level you up, so Mark II is 5, Mark III is 10, 4 is 15, so on and so forth. However, that's just the average. Every now and then you'll get unlucky with the drops from the boxes and you'll need to get an extra one, so just keep that in mind. But that is the quick price recommendation, and now let's take a look at the fleets that I'm going to be preparing for later. As always, the Venom fleet will be coming out because I want to test the targets to see what can be hit for a cheap amount of repair time. Or what can be farmed with a cheap tactic, and naturally going to be using a fleet commander, in this case Victoria Onan or Clay if you have either. Clay will be the more easily acquired as he is a mission earned commander. So, Mark III Venoms, with the fitting they're all the same. I am testing other ones currently, but this is the fitting I typically use. And next up there was a question that somebody had involving the Venoms. Where do you get the Mark III Let's see here. Where's the rebel stuff at? Right there. If you actually go to the button, you can actually find the target, so you can actually find what they drop. The best time to pick up the Venom mark upgrades is during a battleship supply run. And the point of that is just to rank them up as quickly as possible. Level 3 preferred due to the weapon weight reductions and other small bonuses, including higher weights, things like that. You can fit a little bit more onto it. And the intention is just to get a little bit more out of the low tier ship, mix it with a fleet commander, use them in conjunction to more or less just farm. But I'll talk about the targets list and stuff later, but for now that's going to be the prize list. I'm going to wait for the targets so I can hit a few of them, see what I can do, hit a few of them with the little insta fleet, well, the low level fleet with the low repair time of 6 minutes, with the intention of seeing what can be farmed for a decent amount of points. As per usual, recommend that using this stupid little tactic, and then I'll hit the higher level targets. And for all the people asking me to farm using something other than dreadnoughts, not going to happen. I focus primarily on dreadnoughts because I took the time to earn the dreadnoughts, rank them up, build them up, whatever. Not everyone's going to have them, but they're repair efficient, and more often than not, I'll be able to get more repair time for an entire fleet than I will on the dreadnought because of how much health, repair time, whatever they have. And the dreadnought that I'll most likely be using during this event is going to be either the Behemoth or the Orator. Orator most likely because the Pharmacon featured event target. But I'll talk more about exactly what I'm doing with those later. For now, all you need to know is that I'm focusing on using dreadnoughts because, again, I took the time to farm the bloody things, and I'm not going to just sit around and let them gather dust, especially when I need to be farming targets. But that's going to be it, everybody. Naturally, if you have any recommendations or anything, go ahead and say so below in the comment section. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If I failed to answer them, just give me a little bit of time. I'm sorting some stuff out. If you just want to say hi, hi. And that's it. Be safe out in the void, happy hunting, and as always, I'll see you later.